So fast, this is like the third update I've added to this video. Just shows how long it takes to get them out. Okay, so now, since everything else has transpired, since the baby announcement, since the stripping of the patronages, and the Oprah interview still coming up on Sunday, drum roll, then we also have had the bombshell drop that Meghan is accused of being a bully. How nice. So, hopefully she will finally get her comeuppance. I'm telling you, this is what a lot of us are watching the Harry and Meghan news for. We're waiting for her to get her comeuppance. I mean, she's been caught different times, but still hasn't really had too much consequences. She's still living off the 95% off the UK taxpayer money, and she's still rich and famous, and so, well, she's disliked. I mean, Lady C says that Meghan is a genius at getting publicity. However, she is not very good at getting herself liked. Apparently, those are two separate talents. She has one and not the other. So, the point is that we've all been saying it for a long time, that Meghan is not quite so nice as she pretends to be. And now it is finally coming out. And Murky Meg says this is bigger than Meghxit. She says that it's going to be a big story, and things are going to get messy. So, all the channels that exclusively report on Harry and Meghan seem like they are in for a boom, a bonanza in the next coming weeks and months as things continue to escalate with them. I am thankful that my channel is not an exclusive Harry and Meghan channel. How dreadful. I have to talk about them every day. But I just dabble every once in a while. As I said, I am watching because I'm just watching for their scheme to just fall apart. And, well, no, I'm not watching because I don't watch regular TV anyhow, so why would I watch it for that? No. I'll just wait for the commentators, and of course I will eventually do a follow-up video on that as well. So, alright, on with the rest of the video. Hello friends, a quick opening edition, because since I recorded the main portion of this video, we had the Queen take away their patronages and many of their, I guess, other perks, except for their titles, oddly enough. But I suppose we'll have to wait and see what happens with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex titles. So I'm glad that the Queen finally was tougher on them. Unfortunately, I still hear that Charles is still planning on funding them, which indirectly it's the taxpayers again, so they obviously have not been able to make enough money to support their lavish lifestyle as of yet. And one other interesting thing I'd like to point out is I was watching the Danger Zone the other day, and I had to laugh because she said that she was curious about what happened with Netflix. You know, how Meghan and Harry were going to be the next Barack and Michelle Obama and have Netflix specials and everything. And so she said that she logged on to the Netflix chat and pretended to be a fan who was inquiring about their upcoming projects. And the person she talked to checked for her. She asked them, you know, when are Harry and Meghan going to release their first movies? And the man said that there's nothing on the slate. He has no idea if they're releasing anything. So that brings up a very interesting point. I mean, was that Netflix talk all just a bunch of talk? I mean, they seem to back it up. I mean, were they just signing a deal, signing away the rights of the royal family or something? That wouldn't be legal. Or did it just fall through? I guess we'll wait and see. It seems like they always want big things to announce, but when the rubber meets the road, it doesn't happen. So that's something to keep an eye on. If there's no films planned for Netflix, then it looks like that's not happening. And the Spotify podcast sort of fell flat. So, are they just going to sit in their mansion and live off Daddy's money? It's beginning to look that way more and more. All right, now on to the main portion of the video. Hello, friends. I know we haven't talked about them for a while, but we've got to. We've got to talk about Harry and Meghan. Yes, those two are just... they are the most public-private people ever. And the poor royal family, while they're out crying about themselves, we're all sympathizing with the Queen. And we're all waiting to see, like, when are they going to wake up and realize they are bad? When are they going to get their comeuppance? Come on, karma, catch up with them already. Well, it hasn't appeared to have caught up with them yet, but it's making gains. Losing their patronages and a lot of different titles is a start. So anyhow, poor Eugenie was upstaged at her wedding, as we all remember, with the first baby announcement, and now, before she even releases the pictures of her first child, who's only 3 days old, up pops Meghan with her big announcement, which we all know is more than coincidence. Well, at this point, we had been expecting there was going to be another pregnancy announcement, because I don't think they have too much else to do out there. It didn't seem like their podcasts and their Netflix deals have gone very far. Apparently, the Netflix deal must have just been to get them to shut up about the nasty way they're portraying the royal family. Perhaps. Hush money, maybe. And we don't know what they're doing with their podcast, which they just had one episode and kind of faded out of what Taz said they were less popular than whale sleep music. So obviously the next thing to do is to have the next kid, because that would get them popularity. And just think of all the benefits it gets them. They're thinking it'll improve their image. They can conveniently avoid the Queen's birthday or steal the Queen's birthday. Who was it? Was it Yankee Wally or Murky Meg or the Danger Zone? One of them said that William and Kate want to have another child, and so they were trying to rush and beat them. Well, okay, that's interesting. And I was wondering, so will having baby number 2 make Harry and Meghan behave themselves any better? I highly, highly doubt it. I still believe they're going to continue to take pot shots at the royal family and cause trouble, so I don't see why they should get any special sympathy or consideration. If they're healthy and hale enough to keep on attacking the royal family, just because she's pregnant does not mean she gets kid gloves. That's all I've got to say. And Murky Meg said just today that there's a tell-all interview with Oprah coming up here in March. I said, now that was making me mad, because, I mean, these so-called private people keep on pushing their publicity in the public eye. And we're getting rather annoyed. And I said, well, pretty soon, fortunately, pretty soon, she's going to run out of stuff that she can tell all of. Because after all, she was only in the royal family for 2 years. There's only so much she can tell. I mean, you'll say, oh, Harry will give her more information. Well, if he's away from it, he's not going to know anything current. It's all going to be old stuff. So, but yeah, that makes you angry. What's the poor Queen done to deserve all this? I mean, here they were. They welcomed Meghan with open arms. They just took her in and tried to roll out the red carpet for her. And look what she has done. It's just terrible. Some people have no conscience. None at all. And obviously, I still think a 95-year-old woman has more precedence over a young, healthy, pregnant woman. So if the young, healthy, pregnant woman is attacking and maligning the 95-year-old woman, I still am going to err on the side of the 95-year-old woman. And we are very protective of the Queen, even the general public. The general public is tired of Meghan and Harry's shenanigans. And we feel bad. This does put the royal family in a very difficult position, because I mean they want to mend their family, they want to bring them together, and then of course the whole problem with the country too, and it's just very sticky and it's just very unpleasant. So we just don't really see much of an end in sight. But as I said, I think the attention is going to begin to wane. It's in some ways. But I said, well, yeah, this year they got more attention because it's 1 year since Meghxit, and all that. And now they're getting their next kid in there. But after baby 2, it probably won't get as popular as they go on. And yeah, so far they have not been able to save their image or improve their image. And bottom line is that coming out and attacking other people usually winds up with you making yourself look bad because you're bad-mouthing the other people. So this will be very interesting to see. So I said we'll try to not do too many Harry and Meghan videos, perhaps one a month, just to catch up. But my mom and I enjoy watching According to Taz. She's so much fun. And she's very entertaining. And of course all the other ladies out there working hard, Murky Meg, Selt News, Princess Tiffany, Yankee Wally, and Danger Zone. We try not to miss anybody. But, and of course, everyone's saying how she's trying to copy Diana, her obsession with it. That's just weird. And I said that Harry, he's just, my goodness, he just has no family feeling. It's hard to believe that somebody is so soulless and heartless and has no family feeling at all. I'm beginning to wonder if Meghan puts dope in Harry's food every night. So his mind won't work. But whatever the reason, I said I do not see their behavior improving at all in the near future. And I said, if anything, they will just use baby number 2 as another cudgel to hold over the heads of the royal family to try to extort money and sympathy, and also from the rest of us. So they are basically weaponizing the kids. And my mom said, what's all the fuss about a baby they're not going to let you see anyhow? Because after all, how many times have you seen Archie lately? So all this fuss over a kid that you're not even going to get to see. Anyway, all I can say is that my sympathy is with the Queen and the royal family on this one. They have really hit the negative jackpot with Meghan. And, of course, everybody definitely feels sorry for them. And like I said, Murky Meg said they won't be able to respond whatever she says about them, because that's just not the way they do things. So it's really very sad. So for sure, my sympathies are with the Queen and the royal family, and I just hope that eventually there can be some kind of resolution to this disaster. I mean, of the despicable duo. Unfortunately, I'm just afraid that the poor royal family is just going to have to stop speaking to them, just cut them off. I mean, Harry and Meghan have practically cut the royal family off, so I mean, they're just going to have to cut them off. So it needs to be done. It's going to be hard and painful because, family is family and they want to mend their family, but there's so many things going on here with the country, and so, well, we wish the royal family the best. I'm thinking maybe they did not lose their Sussex yet because the Queen is just incrementally removing. She removes this and sees if they start to behave better. And if they don't behave, then she's going to have to take the next thing and the next thing. So that might be the Queen's thinking. I said she's trying to slowly, incrementally remove their connections. And I mean, they had potential. And here's the thing. I said, we always wonder, well, how could Harry do this to his family? How could he do this? Well, he said he's a rich kid. He was probably a little bit bored. And maybe he could have been a little jealous. I don't think he would have ended up like this on his own. He is just the kind of person that's easily led. So meaning if he had wed a different girl, that one that was, dedicated to duty and everything, country, I don't think he would be where he is. It seems to me that Harry was just a blank slate for Meghan to write on. That is apparently what has happened. So bottom line is, I think he would be a better person if he didn't have her to egg him on. Now, he's definitely culpable for everything he's done. I mean, it's just, like I said, he's completely insensitive, which is, it's pathetic. I mean, how he just ditched his family so 100%. Like I said, someday, he's going to rue it someday. I saw a presenter on the Sky News Australia the other day saying that he did he was a Republican, and he did admire them for breaking free from the royal fold. However, I mean, yes, I mean, there's a sense you can say, oh, you're glad someone broke free if that wasn't what they wanted in life. But, I mean, the way they did it, I mean, if they were honorable, mature, good people, they could have simply quietly left with dignity, with honor, with gentility. But no, they've been behaving like you said, like a reality show catfights or something. They've been trying to like lower the royal family, and they, like you said, they've been cheap sensationalism all the way. Just tabloids, 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 and they're not. We do not respect. They didn't leave because they just did not believe in monarchy and they had these strong convictions and wanted to be free. They left because they wanted to be their own boss and be rich and famous and be always in the tabloids. And yes, it wasn't for an honorable reason. So, I mean, that guy, I think he was a little bit off on that. Because they could have always left in an honorable way without causing all this drama and insanity. Now, baby number 2. I said, I'm not even going to weigh in on whether, I know, on all the theories that I've heard. Some people just think, moon bump, this is that. No, they show I mean, I didn't follow the first pregnancy. They show pictures and say, oh, this is one day she didn't look pregnant at all. And the next week she looks pregnant, and back and forth. Well, so I'm just noticing what discrepancies we see. All right, first picture, she obviously looked several months pregnant. I mean, my best friend, when she had her baby, she's a skinny thing, girl, and she was like 5-6 months before she was really showing. So, yeah, I mean, if Meghan is only 3 months, she wouldn't be showing as much as she's showing in the picture, in their announcement picture. I was just announcing it because they're saying the differences between how long women should wait, especially older women, before having the next child, and between miscarriages. And I said, I don't know about that, but I see people in the comments. So I said, and then Taz, she posted a video and she had a picture of Meghan and Harry in an interview, like right after they did their pregnancy announcement. And I didn't see any bump. So I don't know what's going on with them. Looks like the little sneak clips of the Oprah interview, she's like pretty covered up. You can't tell. You can't tell. Sitting down and it's all dark. So I'm just waiting to see what happens. And I'll watch and listen to what everyone has to say on that point. But, and once again, like I said, she's still picking on Eugenie. And that's, like I said, that just makes her look like a mean girl. And it's just crazy how they keep going on and on and on about the same thing. You have to keep trying to say nastier things and nastier things and nastier things about the royal family because they haven't anything else. And I mean, they're crying about Diana. I mean, how long is that going to last? I mean, can they build a career on it? And like I said, she was only in the royal family for 2 years at most, and there's not that much information she could have gathered in that time. And even Harry, he's not too swift. I doubt he gathered that much over the years to report to her, because he probably wasn't privy to that many secrets. But yeah, it's just crazy. And of course I'm not watching the interview. Like I said, I wait for Taz and Selt and Princess Tiffany, Yankee Wally, all the other ladies too. Lady C. Oh yeah, hers will be good. I'm just going to wait for them to tell me about it. Just tell me about it. And I listened to Lady C's review on Samantha Markle's book. I mean, it sounds pretty factual, pretty straightforward. Like I said, it's not really meant to dish dirt. It's meant to give facts and her side of the story. And I say that the way Harry and Meghan are, it is a warning to all parents. Do not overspoil and overindulge your children, because when they grow up, you just might get a Harry or a Meghan for a child. And that is kind of a tragedy for a parent. See, I mean, just think how bad Thomas Markle feels and how bad, Prince Charles and them must feel, Queen. They don't get to see the grandkids. Their child's always disgracing them, bad-mouthing them. And I said, I feel sorry for, the family. And like I said, they're just trying to cash in on the royal family. Cheap publicity. It's, like I said, it's really sad. But what can you do when you have people who are unscrupulous, who just are in it for the money, for the power, and they don't have any feelings for family? Or it's just, I mean, someday the honeymoon's going to be over, and then what will they have left? What indeed? All right, I guess that's all for now, folks. We'll probably have to talk about them again after the interview, but let's hope that pretty soon, we keep hoping they will get the privacy they have dreamed of. We can keep hoping, and hoping, right? We wish them their privacy. So maybe, just maybe, after this Oprah interview, they will get their privacy, their long sought after privacy. We can only wish. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Freedom ring.